Devastated by its worst floods in recorded history, Pakistan has also been rocked by a new international betting scandal, which Prime Minister Yusuf Raza Gilani says has bowed our heads in shame. Pakistan's most recent cricket test in England and its second test against Australia in January have both been named by a man caught in a newspaper sting who claims to have organised sport fixing. Although already there have been calls for the country to be banned from the world stage. Mary Gearan reports.
In the air, gone! Oh, there's another one gone! There he goes. Bang! What a catch!
Well, I don't understand why he was doing that. Not sure why he'd take that risk, particularly.
I actually said at one time, if you didn't know better, you'd think that money might have changed hands here.
He goes again, down the ground, could be out, he should be out, he is out!
I think there was an odour, perhaps not a stench at that stage, but an odour about the possible outcome of that test match and how it may have been manufactured.
This has been amazing to be bowled out for 127.
Now, what was at least considered truly bizarre last summer in Sydney is being questioned anew. Pakistan's dramatic capitulation in the second test against Australia has turned out to be bragging material for a man arrested in London after a tabloid newspaper sting claims to have uncovered fixing within cricket matches.
The first ball, that was the third over. Is there any signal? No signal. So it just happened.
We were shocked to hear this news. We played a tough game in Sydney. We've always been of the view that we won that game fair and square.
Mazhar Majid is apparently shown arranging to spot fix the latest Pakistani test against England by promising no balls at certain times.
Oh, it's a big no ball.
Which then happened as he predicted. He's reported to have boasted he'd had 7 players in his pocket for the past 2.5 years. And it scandalised the touring team, implicating some of its brightest stars, like 18-year-old fast bowling sensation Mohammad Amir, just named Pakistan's Man of the Series in England, and promising young captain Salman.
I would say that every person in my team has given his 100%, and he has given all his efforts that he could.
I know them personally, and I've seen them develop in the last sort of 3 or 4 years, and yeah, I think it's very disturbing for the individuals and for Pakistan cricket in general and for world cricket.
Could you say that you were surprised by these revelations?
Disappointed, but not surprised, Mary.
Why is that?
I think all along cricket administrators have known that the corrupt bookmakers and gamblers hadn't gone away.
The issue is the money that goes through the illegal, corrupt gaming system on the subcontinent. That would appear to be beyond anybody's control at the moment. It's bigger than the mafia.
The scandal has sparked both internal cricket and criminal investigations. Cricket Australia is saying there must be a presumption of innocence.
Well, certainly the world is leaping to the conclusion that it is true. My experience over 4 decades of doing this is that you need to be cautious about leaping to conclusions. Let's wait to see what the evidence says. There is a Scotland Yard investigation. You can be in no better hands than Scotland Yard, so let's see what they say.
While Cricket Australia is taking an ultra-cautious line, waiting for more evidence to emerge, the man who headed up the International Cricket Council for 7 years says this evidence is the best chance yet to fight corruption in the game. Malcolm Speed says that if the charges are proven, national bodies should press for the banning of Pakistan from international cricket for 6 months.
If they're as clear-cut and widespread as it first appears, yes, I think it's time that Pakistan had a break, regrouped. I think it needs some new administration, some new leadership in Pakistan cricket.
Well, the ICC has infinite power, but it doesn't have the desire.
ABC commentator Glenn Mitchell says the murky world of international cricket politics is at play. He points to the massive power of the Indian Cricket Board and its supporters that blocked the bid by former Australian Prime Minister John Howard to become ICC chief.
Will India be able to, with its power, and the other nations that want Pakistan there because it helps a certain voting bloc, will we see Pakistan actually given some final ultimatums that sees them removed from the game for a period of time? You'd have to say the track record of the ICC doesn't see that happening.
Former Australian fast bowler Geoff Lawson tried to create a new, clean culture in the team as Pakistani coach after the match-fixing scandals of the mid-1990s that led to the sackings of a number of players, including Salim Malik. Geoff Lawson says an international ban on Pakistan would achieve little.
You can't punish the whole organisation for the sins of a few. If that was the case, there'd be a few other nations not playing international cricket, or other sports for that matter.
Geoff Lawson says there was never an occasion when he questioned the performances of any of his players, including some under suspicion now. But he says even if the allegations turn out to be true, people should be understanding of cricketers who often come from dirt-poor villages.
You know, if someone offers you 150,000 quid for bowling a no ball, well, that's a pretty big temptation.
As for the punters behind that money, Cricket Australia says it's doing what it can in Australia to prevent betting on events like no balls, called micro-betting.
The registered gaming agencies in Australia aren't allowed to offer odds on micro outcomes which could be influenced by external bookies.
But Senator Nick Xenophon has used this opportunity to call for federal laws to prevent betting online through foreign betting sites.
The current system for regulating gambling in sport and exposing corruption is a complete balls up.
But perhaps those who will hurt most in the short term are the people of Pakistan, who would have turned to their beloved cricket in this time of severe crisis.
The cricket team that represent them in so many ways, to give them so much hope, to have this slur cast on them, and for those guys, if they are guilty, to go through these motions, it's not great for the Pakistan people at all. Timing is just dreadful.
Mary Gearan with that report.